What? A submarine in Melon Playground? And hello everyone, dear friends. You are on the Melonfonk channel, and in this video we will discuss with you what will be added in the new update 32.0 in Melon Playground. Leave likes, subscribe to the channel, please. In advance, it is not difficult for you and it is very pleasant for me. And write your cool comments to get into my next video. Well, I will not waste your time. Enjoy watching. Dear friends, the developers of Melon Playground have given us a lot of important information that I need to convey to you so that you understand what will happen with the next update of Melon Playground. Today, according to the plans, there is a completely different video. As usual, I wanted to shoot facts about the new update, but since the information is very important and needs to be delivered to you in a timely manner, what will happen with update 32.0? Recently, the developers officially explained to us that in update 32.0 there will be no infinite ocean. We understand that you are eagerly waiting for its release, but there is still a lot of work to be done. The developers are doing their best to rework the current water mechanics and make the underwater world more diverse, which will take a lot of time. So in version 32.0, the ocean will most likely not be there. There's a logical explanation for this. And the developers have been paying a lot of attention to all the details lately. They don't do everything just for nothing. And the infinite worlds are proof of this. I mean, it is a very complex mechanic and a very difficult addition, just like the infinite ocean. It's clear that all of you want more gameplay and casual additions, but sometimes it's simply impossible under conditions of good quality. Either we make fast food content for our audience, or we create really good things. And here you already have to choose, and as for me, I agree with the developers, yes. In the near term we will lose a little audience, but it doesn't matter because in the long term the game will possibly become even more popular because the Infinite Ocean project is really promising, and it has already been in development for more than half a year. On this occasion, the developers showed us the first textures from this update, and the submarine is already ready. It is an underwater transport vehicle that will dive underwater and will have its own physics and its own features for sure. A very interesting and cool addition. It looks especially nice. I like both the texture and the idea, but in general I think the submarine was asking to be in this update. It would be great if the developers added, for example, more submarines, or just boats that were in one of the poles. Remember those yellow ones? I think they would just fit perfectly into the concept of the infinite world, because under the surface of the water, obviously, the submarine will be the queen, or maybe some submarines, and on the surface of the water, obviously, they should add some ordinary vehicles, boats, maybe some yachts, Titanics. Why not? I think it would also be very interesting and cool to look at this in general. The real scope for improvement, I think, is simply incredible. Also, according to the developers, they are doing their best to fix the optimization in the game because now, obviously, there are big problems with optimization. And the developers seem to have found a way out of this situation. They're going to simply rework all the physics and simply simplify it. Indeed, sometimes this remains the only solution. Now, placing more than 20 NPCs on the map is already a problem, because lags already appear, and the developers will simply take and simplify these physics beyond recognition. It will really be different, maybe even better, but just different. There was also a consideration of switching to another engine. However, this idea is very long, very difficult, and the whole team will be working on the production of switching to a new engine. And therefore, most likely, the switch will not happen, and the developers found another option, like simplifying the physics. I don't know what this will lead to, but I hope that this will really become a solution to the problem, but of course, write your opinion in the comments. There will also be a new added secret achievement. It has already been found in the game files. Maybe it will open to us with update 32.0, and it really exists. It is called Anonymous Achievement. Maybe the next update will be related to adding various gameplay changes. And I think that the developers will finally start revealing the plot of Melon Playground to us again. I really love it. When the developers work on the plot, it is really very important and always interesting not only to me, but to the audience as a whole. And this is reflected simply on the activity under my videos with the plot of Melon Playground. So the next achievement is an incredibly cool piece of news. Very interesting what this achievement will be and how the developers will play it. I think it will be the same topic as with the secret box. Some interesting puzzle. And I am really looking forward to the next update. I think it will just be really interesting in terms of the plot, in terms of gameplay features. Maybe something like nano assembler items will be added. And this is just great news. What do you think about this? Be sure to write in the comments. Well, the plot reveal and adding some gameplay things I am definitely waiting for in update 32.0. I'm also waiting for the addition of new events such as dice throws. I really like this idea, and I would just really like if the developers left this game forever in Melon Playground, just constantly changing it. It is very similar to what Rust does. They also have a casino in the game, if you can call it that, where you can just between games sit on scrap and try to make even more scrap with just one click, or just simply lose everything. And it seems to me this is a really interesting idea that I would leave in the game. It basically does not bother anyone, and it helps sometimes to have fun and distract from the usual building. We are already discussing this with the developers, and maybe they will do it. Also, the reworking of water will also be added as a change in physics in Melon Playground. In the next update, maybe this will come out with the release of the Infinite Ocean. It is not yet clear, and this will 100% appear in the game, because it was planned back 6 months ago. The first concepts have already begun to be made on this matter, and this is just a great idea. It looks incredibly cool and interesting, and it seems to me it will really have a positive effect on the physics in Melon Playground. It would be cool if some objects broke from water pressure. It seems to me this is quite logical. If in the Infinite Ocean, conditionally, if you put a box and do not give it certain physics, then it will simply break from the water pressure. And it would be the same with NPCs. If at a depth of 100 meters it will not die simply from the pressure, in terms of breaking and so on, then it seems to me this is the wrong physics. And this will also need to be fixed. And I think the developers will think of something in this regard. Also, the first rumors about online in the game are appearing, but there is no smoke without fire. New online maps will be added. And this is really true. They may appear not immediately, in 6 months, maybe in a year. And this will really be a very good addition, and very correct. The maps will be simply divided into rooms with a limit on the number of people. And you will be able to choose the game mode on this world. Either it will be some casual story where you will go through some levels together with friends that will be created by content makers, or it will just be building modes. A very cool idea, and it seems to me that it has the right to exist quite well, and the developers have already stated that multiplayer is planned again, but this is a very difficult idea. The servers will also need to be somehow prepared for a huge number of players, so it is just a matter of time before multiplayer appears in the game, but it will obviously appear later. What you think about this, be sure to rate in the comments. Well, on this, my video comes to an end. Thanks everyone for watching. Good luck to everyone. Bye to everyone. I don't remember, buddy. As always, see you in the next few days.